Hey everyone, quick update for the week ending Friday, January 9th. Hope everybody had a good week. S&P hitting new all-time highs. Tech lagging a bit. NASDAQ not back up to all-time highs yet, but up on the week. Russell did hit a new all-time high today and yesterday. The Dow hit one on Wednesday, but not quite back up there today. Gold and silver back on the move up. Gold not quite back up to all-time highs, but looks like it's on its way. Silver up 6% today. Ticked above 80 again, but not quite up to that 82 level. 10-year yield settled in at 4.17, just kind of sideways on the week. Oil, a little pop the last couple of days after selling off Tuesday and Wednesday to end the week a little bit higher. Natural gas kind of getting pummeled after it from kind of mid-October through the 1st of December. It was just on an absolute rampage to the upside. Now it's giving it all back to the downside. 3.141 is where that natural gas future settled in. And Bitcoin just above 90,000, had a nice little pop to start the year, but pulling back the last few days here. And then VIX actually started to pre-market today. It was up a couple percent. In anticipation of the NFP report. And then as soon as the NFP report came down, it was down 1%, so it had contracted by about 3%. And then the news came out that the tariff decision was not going to be released today, and volatility got crushed. VIX down over 6%, settles in at 14.49. As far as my trades for the week, red week for me on my 0 DTE trades. Did several price action iron condors. Unfortunately, I had 3 sizable ones that outweighed the smaller wins. And then I did a couple Woogas at the end of the day, pretty much a scratch there. But minus 1,400 on the week for those. By the way, I'm showing starting on the 2nd. So that was last Friday, and the first trading day of the year. It was just one day, and I didn't do a weekly recap, so just including it in this week. BIC got hammered. Had my best BIC month in December. And this was one of my worst BIC weeks, minus 9,400. The second started off minus 5K. A little bit of a scratch day on the 5th on Monday. Another couple losers on Tuesday and Wednesday. Finally had a green day in 2026 on my BICs on Thursday, and then today was kind of a scratch. So minus 9,403 on those. Mahomes about minus 3,000, really due to this one day here on the 6th. I sized up based on the price action, and so you can see I did 20 lots where I usually do 5 or 10, and ended up not being able to even scalp out of any of it, and got almost as close as you can get to a pin. So that was almost a 6K loss on that one. So all the others were pretty good, but minus 3K on the week. Transformers and 1 DTE. So last year I had my 1 DTEs included with 0 DTE, but it just didn't really make sense because I transform a lot of my 1 DTEs. So putting these together so I can kind of keep that data a little bit more together and easier to navigate and read. But I had 2 transformers, both of which were 1 DTE iron condors. One of them hit max profit. One of them hit almost max profit. And then my normal 1 DTEs that I did not transform took a $1,100 loss and a $26 loss. I just closed that one out early because it was yesterday, and anticipation of the news today, just 0 decay. So I just cut it out for a little scratch. So plus 1206 in that category. Calendars. Last Friday had a 6-7 put calendar that was a loser. Monday had a 3-4 that was a winner, and today had a 6-7 that was a winner. I did go half size today just because of all the red folder news and pending tariff decision. So normally would have been twice that much, but went half size, but still a win. So plus 642 on the calendars. No option selling. For my wheel portfolio that I just started, I'm not going to give like weekly profits and stuff like I do my other stuff because I'm not closing positions a lot. These are longer duration positions. So really I'm just going to take a screenshot and kind of see where my overall P&L total is on the positions. for my open position. So, and then of course in the community for all the members in the wheel channel, you'll see all the details about all the trades and that all that good stuff. But I've got covered calls in Bitcoin ETF and Nebula stock. Both of those are green. I've got cash secured puts in Hood, Rivian, Silver, and UNG. So you can see everything's green except for UNG, which got absolutely pummeled this week. So that one's the red that's kind of dragging the portfolio down. So pretty much scratch since I started. I started these positions kind of middle of December. And so that's where we're at on the wheel. No earnings trades, but earnings do kind of fire up next week with the banks. And then directional trades had a good week of day trading, plus 6,600. Closed out some swing trades that were from last year, but they just closed on Friday, so that was minus 53.42. Let's see here. So here are my let's break this down into day and swing. So my swing trades, this is excluding swing trades. So these are my day trades. So as you can see, my day trade's pretty good. Last Friday, had 3 trades, one loser in a short put vertical in SPX. The other 2 were winners. Some 0DTE SPY puts and NVIDIA calls. So minus 2,100 that day. And then Monday of this week, just 2 trades, a couple winners in Hood and Tesla. Tuesday, 1 winner, 1 loser, both in PLTR. Wednesday was green. Only 2 winners and 4 losers, but I had a nice winner in PLTR. A little over 2,300, kind of carrying that. Thursday was a little bit red, minus 963. And then today was a good day. Had a nice winner in Tesla, decent size. Oh, let's see. Anyway, that's the P&L there. So on the week for day trades, plus 6,618. If I filter out the day trades, these are the swing trades. Like I said, these were opened. We should have the opening date. Oh, there we go. No, yeah, it doesn't have the opening date. Anyway, these were opened several weeks ago, but closed them out. Tesla minus 2K, MSTR minus 2,400. And then I did have one trade on Tuesday that I opened and ended up closing in AMD same day, but it was opened as a swing trade, and so that was a loser. But so overall, red for the week. Not really anything that I, feel like I did wrong. The BIX it was just the price action kind of hurt them. That was my biggest loss. And everything else just okay, but didn't fall my way this week. So just one of those weeks. So it always feels better to start the year on a green note. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but all good. As far as next week goes, nothing on Monday. Tuesday, CPI pre-market. Wednesday, PPI pre-market. And then also the tariff opinion day is also Wednesday. I'm not sure what time. I assume like today it was supposed to be around 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. So it may be around the same time, but that is on Wednesday the 14th now. We'll hear a decision or an opinion on the whole tariff situation from the Supreme Court. Thursday, unemployment claims, and then Friday, nothing. So, and then like I said, bank stocks start their earnings announcements next week. So all your big ones, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Citi, Wells Fargo, they're all next week to kind of kick off the earnings season. All right, everyone, have a good weekend. Talk to you soon.